Plaintiff Dana Smith says she and the defendant have been neighbors for a year, and they've never had problems. However, Dana claims a month ago she was in a friend's car playing music and the defendant yelled at them to turn it down. But when they didn't, the defendant assaulted her, and she was 8 months pregnant. She's suing for pain and suffering. Defendant Michael Wichikowski admits he yelled at Dana to turn the music down, and he claims when she ignored his request, he went up to the car and simply tapped her on the shoulder. Michael claims the next thing he knew, the police were knocking on his door because Dana falsely accused him of assault. So he's countersuing for defamation and slander.
Start with you.
Okay, Judge. I've been neighbors with the defendant for at least about a year. And up until March the 9th, we never had any problems, any altercations, anything. On March the 9th, however, I was 8 months pregnant at the time. Me and a girlfriend had been out. And as we pulled up to, I was in her car. As we pulled up to my home, we were having a Mary J. Blige moment because she needed a little self-esteem lifting, so we pulled out the Mary J. Blige CD and we were having a little Mary J. Blige moment. So I guess the defendant...
You say that to say that she sings about her battles with self-esteem issues?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Then the neighbor came out and he was behind his gate. We have carports. He was behind his gate and he shouted out very rudely and cursing to turn the music down because he was trying to sleep. But he was speaking in such a condescending tone that I did not respond.
What time was it?
Approximately 11:30.
Okay.
Next thing I know is I'm getting out of the car. I'm 8 months pregnant, like I said, and she has a truck, so I'm walling out. It's taking me a little bit of time to get out. As I got out of the car, before I knew it, he was off of his property in my carport, underneath the carport, and he was grabbing me, yelling in my face, and pushing me, telling me to turn the music down, cursing again, okay, letting me know that he was trying to sleep.
He rushed up to you and started shaking you?
He grabbed me on my left arm. He didn't shake me by both arms. He grabbed, I was this way, sideways,
getting
out of the truck.
Your arm?
He grabbed my arm and shook me. I guess he wanted to get my attention since I didn't respond to his first,
Oh,
yelling.
You weren't looking at him when he walked up to you?
No. He came from the side.
Grabbed you and started shaking you and said, turn that music down.
Cursing, yes. Turn it down. I'm trying to sleep.
Right. Go ahead.
And the first thing I said was, get your hands off me. And I was screaming so loud that my mother was inside with our children, my friend's children and my children. Mm-hmm. She heard me screaming, so she came out. I'm 8 months pregnant. She came out and she said, what's going on? Before she can get there, he already retreated back to his house. And she said, I don't know what happened, but you get in the house now and you call the police. And that's exactly what I did. I'm back and forth from LA to Vegas, okay? My mom has to live there 24/7. She said, listen, don't arrest him. We never had any problems with him. Let's just talk, because that was the other option, mediate or get arrested. So I said, okay, when the police went to his home, he just began from the beginning, prevaricating. He didn't do it. He didn't touch me. I'm just making it up. I was drunk. He said, the cops said she's pregnant.
He said he never came down?
No, he just said he didn't touch me.
He admitted to going down?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sir, let me hear your side.
Basically, I feel like I'm in the soap opera, All My Children. What's happened was they basically got a puppy. This is what started it. They've gotten a puppy. The dog whines constantly, which is normal for a dog, but they put it out at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. We'd ask him several times, can you let the dog, go out, but bring him back in because we're trying to sleep. The mother came over to me. We talked. Like I said, we've been friends. I told her, the dog's barking. She basically said, well, I've never trained a dog. I'm not going to start. You should complain about the other dogs in the neighborhood but ours. Well, ever since that day, every time a dog would bark in the neighborhood, if it was a minute later, she's on my door. Mike, why don't you complain? Why don't you complain? Well, finally, it was not exaggeration. I said, and like I said before, well, the night of the so-called assault, basically it's 12:30 at night. The music's blaring. I had just had knee surgery and I had a blocked artery, so there's no way I could just walk out and hobble over there. I have doctor's proof that I had surgery on the 6th, and this incident took place on the 6th, not the 9th.
Do you stay on the first level of your building?
Yes, I'm downstairs. I can't go upstairs because I got knee surgery and a clogged artery. I seen Dana in the passenger seat, rocking out like this. I see her friend outside on the driver's side. I signaled to her, turn it down. Mm-hmm. I got the finger.
Well, you had walked over?
No, I was in my back gate parked. I was outside on my crutches. I undid the gate, hobbled out because I couldn't walk. As you can see, I had a clogged artery and just had knee surgery. And I said, Dana. I yelled her name twice. She did not answer. I reached in. I said, Dana, on her shoulder. I said, Dana. She started just going ballistic. I said, it's me, Mike, because I thought she was drunk at first, but I've never seen her drink or anything, so I just assumed. Well,
the window was down?
The window was down. And she just starts yelling, don't touch me, don't put your hand on me. I'm like, Dana, it's me, Mike. Turn the music down. I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, why don't you think she saw you?
I don't know, because she was closed, her eyes were closed. She was just doing this back and forth.
Her friend didn't say, what do you want?
Nothing. She did not say. All she did was when I
She allowed
signaled.
you to reach into her car.
Yes, sir.
To do whatever you were going to do to her friend without saying a word.
She didn't say anything
She
to me.
didn't say, what are you reaching in the car?
Negative.
What are you here for? Who are you?
No, she
Why
did
are you
not.
doing this?
No, she did
just
not.
sit back and...
No, she didn't do that. Like I said, I
You
don't...
come over to the car on a crutch, reach inside this woman's car while her friend is sitting there with her eyes closed, as you say, and she just sits back and says, I wonder what he's doing.
I just told her, I said, Dana, I said to her first, I said, Dana, it's me, Mike.
Oh, she still didn't open her eyes while cursing.
Honest to God, she did not. And then I turned
She's
around.
cursing because she's being touched.
Well, I turned
Yet
around and
she
I
doesn't
walked
open
away.
her eyes to see who's touching her. Instead, she just goes to cursing at the person that she doesn't want to look at, yet the person's touching her.
Sir, if she looked at me, I didn't see her open her eyes, but I turned around and I walked back into my home. Basically, my girlfriend came home a few minutes later. I told her what happened. The police show up. They knock on our back door. My girlfriend goes there. They tell us what's going on about, they're saying I threw her up against the SUV and pushed her down twice. I'm like, sir, I even showed the officer. I says, look, I just had surgery because I had my bandage still on it. I showed him where the artery clogged and I couldn't even, I could hardly walk. Okay, he says, look, they're not going to prosecute. He says, it's over for now. He goes, if you have any more confrontations, just call us. Don't confront them. I said, okay. Everything was fine. Then we started getting yellow dog bags full of dog mess thrown on our porch. I confronted the mother on it. She says, well, what color are they? I said, yellow. I says, here, I even kept them to prove it to her, in the back, outside. And she's like,
Let me get back to her, sir, because you're not suing about yellow dog bags or whatever it is you're referring to.
Yes.
I'll let you address your defamation that you are countersuing for in a minute. What else do you want to tell me about this? Let me see your police report.
I had my baby early due to all this stress. Here's the police reports. These are the CADs from
How do you
Las
know it
Vegas
was
Police
due to
Department.
the stress of this incident?
I'm getting ready to explain that to you, Judge. These CAD reports have codes. I've highlighted the codes. On March the 26th,
The what has code?
the CAD reports from the police department. These are the actual 911 calls. This is what comes in. That's March the 9th. That's mine. The next one is for March the 26th. What happened on this incident was the reason that I believe I had my baby early. The police came into my home unannounced with no warrant, anything. I was on bed rest. I was in the bed sleep. They came upstairs with flashlights. They started searching underneath my couches in the living room downstairs. They never did say what happened. They never would tell me. So what I did, I called 311 and asked for the sergeant on duty. He said, Ms. Smith, what happened is we got a call that there was narcotics, guns, and something about abuse and battery. These are the codes highlighted.
Show me something that says that he reported narcotics in your house.
I did not do that. Like I said, I still consider them friends. Even everybody might think that's silly,
Good
but
enough.
we live next to each other. There's no point of fighting.
408, drunk. 446, narcotics. 415. Now, where does it say he did those things?
They blacked it out because he wanted to be anonymous. His address is 879.
All right. So you have no evidence that he did it. And how do you connect him to your early delivery? Does your doctor say you suffered from stress or trauma?
I don't have a letter, but all I have is the discharge papers, and they were monitoring my fetal count movement. They want me to go home and monitor
Does it
because I was
refer
stressed
to
out.
stress or trauma?
It doesn't say that on there, but
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. Your counterclaim, sir, for defamation for 2000 is for what?
Her and her mom have been going around in front of our home and telling neighbors, which I have a letter from my girlfriend saying that I'm a racist, I'm a wife beater. I've had
Your girlfriend
bricks.
says they said that?
Yes, I've had.
Who did your girlfriend hear that from?
From just the neighbors, her mom yelling
You
it out
have
in
any
front.
letter from the neighbor?
Negative, but I also
All
have
you
a
have
letter.
is something from your girlfriend.
Okay.
All you have is something from your girlfriend.
Yes, sir. But I also have the letter that's up there from the Neighborhood Justice Service. I tried to resolve
says
this.
what?
It says that I tried to resolve this peacefully with the mediator.
That doesn't
They
prove
refused.
defamation.
No,
now,
but
we're
they
on
refused.
the defamation case.
Well,
Do you
I've
have
had bricks.
anything other than a letter from your girlfriend?
Well, I've had bricks thrown at my wall.
Do you
and
have
stuff.
anything to prove
No.
any of this other than a letter
Just
from your
basically hearsay,
girlfriend
then.
who is
That's
clearly biased?
That's it. She's Spanish, and a Norwegian, so I can't be a racist, obviously, but other than that, I mean, I'm Polish, for Christ's sake. I should be the one worried about jokes.
All right. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know if they said it or not. They could have said it, yet you haven't proven it. That's all.
Well, then it's hearsay because they have said it out
They
loud.
could have, but you have to convince me.
I understand.
And you haven't convinced me.
Okay. I'd just
So
like
I'm
to
not going to be
resolve
able
this
to grant
peacefully.
your claim. Ma'am,
Yes.
he did assault you. Even if I am to believe your testimony, sir, an unwanted touching. That's all assault is.
Okay.
So I'm going to grant you $2,000, not the $5,000
Your Honor.
that you're asking for. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.